Hello world, Dave here, you may call me mowdownjoe. Welcome back to Let's Play Penny Arcades on the Rainslick, Precipice of Darkness 3. And last time I went ahead, bought the best stuff that money can buy for everyone in my party, and I also went and upgraded the Energite so that way it restores 2 MP. Anyway, we're chasing down the God of Doors, and we got like a bunch of doors to go through. So let's go through number 3 here. I have to do them in order for some stupid reason. Okay, so if we only have to open the doors, why are we still going inside to look at what's in there? I mean, we know it's in Vault 6, so why not just open, step away, and... Because he doesn't want to include all this kind of stuff. Oh yeah, and before I know it, yes, Gabe. Yes, Tycho's in a red shirt. Yes. I may not be the best. I may not be like a super huge. I might not watch Star Trek, but at least I think the term red shirt has become just ingrained in anyone's mind that happens to be familiar with any kind of sci-fi, or at least true that, or at least reads TV tropes. Brudax, huh? Well, they had to fit that in there somehow, and I guess normal methods really wouldn't work with the universe we're dealing with. Of course, that makes me wonder why they needed the Dragon Quest style area if they wanted to do a Deep Crow. Whatever. They're not very afraid to point that out, are they? The Nemesis, huh? Well, apparently all we gotta do to get out of this alternate dimension is find an escape pod. Easy enough. Spaceship, there's bound to be tons of them. So let's just explore the ship first, make sure we can get all the treasure we can before, we lose it. Also fight some enemies. Score pylons. These guys are very weak. They're really they hit hard, but they're very frail. They're glass cannons. You could probably take them. We could probably actually just take them out and Gabe can probably just take them out in 2 punches. Seriously, that's really all you need against these guys. So, yeah, dispenser's pretty nice skill. I can't believe I didn't look that up last time. But yeah, all we really need is 2 punches out of Gabe. The score pylons just die. They have only 1500 HP. Their stings hurt though, so watch out for that and make sure if they all sting Gabe at the same turn, that's probably a bad thing, but as long as that doesn't happen and Gabe gets in his 2 punches, you'll have no trouble against these guys. There's really nothing to worry about. They're pathetically weak, and just 4 of these guys is nothing. Yeah, they actually died 1 hit from the skeleton anyway, so... So yeah, those guys are easily taken care of. That's, rude, I guess. And we also have to deal with red shirts, who, I guess, are becoming zombies or something like that. They're not, too bad, but, they do have one little trick, and there's a reason they call them red shirts. Because other than the fact that they're obviously just gonna die, because they're mooks that will die. That's what happens with mooks. Of course, I mean, all that said, they really don't have anything fancy up their sleeve, except for one thing. And you can probably take a guess what it is if you actually were paying attention to the little monologue that the captain gave at the beginning. Yeah, they turn into broodlings if you let them hang around too long. They'll heal up and then they don't deal that much more damage as far as I'm aware, though. They just are just annoying, really. So just take them out like you would take out anything else. They die with my current setup, they'll die to 1 ice sphere from Tycho, so it doesn't really matter that much. You can just take them out with whatever attacks happen to be handy. It's overall an easy. Red shirts die easily anyway, even if it's, the fact that they turn into feelings. Yeah, keep saying that. Hopefully he doesn't actually turn on us by the end of this. Although that'll probably only last for a dimension, whatever. We have space horses, though. These guys are obnoxious, to say the slightest, because they can speed up. Yeah, they can give speed. They can give a speed buff to all enemies, which is not fun. Not fun. Take them out as quickly as you can. I mean, the scorpions are probably just gonna die just by collateral damage, but focus your fire on the horses, because I don't want to have to deal with very fast score pylons. Those things hurt, and I don't need them getting stronger. Like I said, though, they'll just die from collateral damage. Those pylons will still just die from collateral damage. Take out the horses ASAP. Ice spears, whatever you have, they don't have any specific weaknesses, so just so you can probably just focus fire with whatever your strongest attacks are, and you'll come out fine. There are some enemies here that are resistant to ice, though, I should mention, and weak to fire, because everything in this game is weak to fire. Seriously, it's actually a little ridiculous. Ooh, and Cordwainer learns all there. That is a very heavy hitter. And we got a Phazon there, which is a nice little gun. Nice little gun for Moira. It actually makes. So let's go check that thing out, and we have Maria from the shop there, and well, it's meant to be a side upgrade, but considering the speed bonus and the defense buffs, it's an upgrade. It's just a flat upgrade over Maria. There's no reason to there's no reason not to take Phazon over Maria. So let's just give her Phazon and watch as Soul Calibur just deals even more crazy damage. So that all said and done, let's keep exploring. There's bound to be more around here that we haven't quite checked out in full. Let's go up here first. There's a chest up there. There's bound to be something useful there. And we got a bunch of brute axes to deal with. Just straight up brute axes. These guys are not hard. They're meat sacks as far as I'm concerned. They don't deal a lot of damage, but they are obnoxious, to say the least. So just they don't have any. I think they're weak to fire, but they don't have any particular weaknesses that you really have to worry about. So just waylay into them with your best abilities, and they'll just topple eventually. They don't have any particular weaknesses. Just they do come. In fact, I don't even think they can do anything too dangerous, to say the least. But they're tough. There's still a lot of them, and they do come in. I mean, this is a large group of them, and they do come in. They do have a lot of HP, so probably they could be problematic, but don't worry too much. Just keep using your strongest attacks, ice spears, whatever. Heal up as necessary. You have the dispenser now, so that makes that'll be handy, to say the least. I mean, if Tycho had problems before, it's just trying to heal was not always easy, to say the least. Yeah, darn brute axes are tough cookies, but we can deal with them. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine with them. They don't have any particular strength. I mean, they don't have any particular strength that we really need to worry about. It's just hit them with your strongest attacks. Eventually, they'll fall. They don't have any particular weaknesses that we need to exploit, don't have any particularly dangerous abilities that we really need to watch out for. So they'll just fall down without much fanfare. So just use whatever you got on them, and you'll come out all right. Why don't we try out that? Oh no, we don't have enough HP for all, enough NP for all. It's kind of sad. And this next attack should finish him off. So come on, just roar the bees through it. It's always the bees. And Crabomancer is proving even more tanky. Yeah, it's probably nothing. Don't worry about it. It's not like you're gonna disappear for a boss battle. And we get more buffs to use, so that's nice. Anyway, we got more enemies to deal with. Soppers are resistant to ice, but are weak to fire, but resistant to ice. So you probably want. So starting off with a flaming fist, not a bad idea at all. It'll at the very least help speed up killing, speed up dealing with these guys. So just unleash ice spears on whatever happens to be the most annoying thing, and the red shirts, they'll die like anything else. Overall, these guys aren't too difficult. So although the soppers are annoying in their constant speed and their constant slows, so do watch out for that at least. They might be priority number 1 in my book, but it would not be a bad idea to have Jim constantly lobbing flame spheres at him and Gabe punching him with flaming fists. Really, all we need is just a bunch of regular attacks, and that should do the trick. Honestly, just flaming fist should be sufficient with dealing with these guys. We really don't need to go through like a 4-turn setup just to hit them with claustrophobia, which would be a little over the top on these guys. Links are easy target jumps anyway. Ooh, and Rake Slash happened to get a nice little upgrade there, so that's nice. A little more damage for Rake Slash is not a bad thing in my mind. No, we can't fight this guy? Because, you know, they had to go ahead and bring back the joke from the first time we met and anyone saw the Brute Axe in one of the Penny Arcade comics. I mean, it's a funny joke at least. I gotta give them credit for that much, but jokes aren't funny when you repeat them. Yeah, just saying, little comedy pro tip. It's not funny the second time around. Anyway, we got Slorms to deal with. These guys also resistant to ice, weak to fire. They're probably priority number 1 past the... outside the, the red shirts are just gonna fall in the crossfire again. So just really focus on the Slorms, and you'll come out relatively fine. They're a little tough. I take offense to that. I do not like. Everyone's a New Jersey jokes. I'm pretty damn sure the Zeboid is based out of Britain, so they wouldn't even know why people make those jokes in the first place. I only accept those jokes from Americans, good sir. Preferably. I know my state has problems, but... whatever. Anyway, the Slorms are annoying. They can hit your entire party, but outside of that, they really don't have anything that makes them too dangerous. Just keep... Okay, so they aren't weak to fire. They're just resistant to ice, but... Outside of that, just deal with the Slorms like you'd deal with any other enemy. They hit hard, but they don't have any tricks that make them really painful. Let's go ahead and try out the all there. That could be fun. Wow, look at that damage. And it deals more damage against enemies that have been slowed. Well. If that's the kind of damage we're expecting here, that's going to be nuts. Anyway, we could continue on, but there's still one last thing I want to pick up. And we have a Septophon to deal with. Nice way to recycle some sprites from Cthulhu Saves the World. At least you had some animation this time, though. Yeah, you probably remember these guys like from late game in Cthulhu Saves the World if you played that. Or at least watched my Let's Play of Hint Hint. Like around the water fountain. But yeah, these guys are resistant to ice, weak to fire. Still, horse probably priority number 1 just because of the speed buffs. Those guys are. The Septofiends aren't that bad, but take out the horse first thing. Ice blast the horse. I mean, the Septofiends have a lot of HP, but horse priority number 1 always, always. always. Septofiends don't really have that much that really makes them dangerous. Okay, so the Septofiends aren't resistant to ice. You figure icy blackness and space, all that, they would be resistant to it. Whatever. But yeah, these guys, nothing to worry about. Just all, I would say just all whatever happens to be the most annoying thing here, honestly. But although, considering the constant slow buffs, yeah, all is probably kind of, considering the slow buffs from the mucus guy and the speed buffs from the horse, all is not going to be a good choice here. Just take out the horse quickly, then I guess the mucosa, then our giant meat sack there. It's kind of a weird way. It's kind of weird that's how I would work it out. And yeah, okay. So our favorite rainbow fiend there happens to also be able to hit all enemies. I forgot about that, but they're still definitely not one of the most annoying. Still, yeah, and they're resistant to dark magic, so yeah. I forget a lot. It's amazing how sometimes I decide to record the audio right after playing, and I still don't remember everything. But yeah, these guys outside of that, they really don't have, the Septofrons really aren't too painful, so. Alright, that will wrap up this episode. What's in this chest? 7,000 bucks. Nice. So, what else is affecting the mass around here? Find out next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Remember, space is cold. In space, no one can hear you scream. Take care, everyone. Wonder what they're gonna have in Vault 6. Probably just a boss fight.